Welcome to this edition of a 5 in, 5 out strategy for bell ringers and exit tickets in Pear Deck. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do is go to peardeck.com and then log in with Google. When you get to this launch pad, you're going to come over here to the content orchard, and I would suggest to get started, you could choose these quick checks for math and for language arts. Once you select it, you can filter by the grade level and further by the subject, but we've already selected math, so I think we'll be okay there. I'm going to choose all high school and apply my filter. So you're able to choose any of these, and once you've selected it, you'll be able to edit it if there's something that you wanted to change, or if you like the style of it, but you want to be able to use the same format with a different math equation each time or each day, then you could just edit it for that purpose. Once you found the one that you think you like, you're able to preview it here by toggling through the arrows, and then you can click on Copy to Google Drive. Select Make a Copy. So as you can see, this loads into Google Drive just like any slide deck that you would have created, but you know that it's a Pear Deck because it's got little Perry down here on the bottom. It also includes some teacher notes, so it gives you some instructions on how to work with this. Again, you can click on any of the images or the text boxes and edit it however you see fit. When you're ready to launch it, you'll come up here to Extensions, toggle down to Pear Deck for Google Slides, and open Pear Deck add-on. When that window opens on your slide deck, you can click on Start Lesson. You have the choice between practice and graded mode, as well as student-paced activity or instructor-paced activity. So when it's student-paced, then students can complete it at their own pace. They don't need to wait for the rest of the class. When it's instructor-paced, then you control the flow of that exit ticket. Because I'm going to use this as an exit ticket, I would choose student-paced activity this time. Once it loads, you can give a join link to your students, or you can even share it to Google Classroom. You can navigate to your teacher dashboard if you're not going to be displaying this to the class. The teacher dashboard will give you a quick glance at all of your students' responses in real time. So I would never project that to the classroom, but you can share the link to this particular lesson to the Google Classroom, or if you use another LMS, you could use that as well.
So when you're here at your teacher dashboard, you can see right now we have no responses. It's set to student paced. If there were notes in any of the slides, they can display here. This is your teacher dashboard, so you do not display this to your classroom on a projector. This is what you can see to monitor your student progress. But you can also use these three dots. If you wanted to switch to graded mode, you could in this moment. So if you launched it without doing that, you can. You even have the option to invite a co-teacher. So maybe you teach this similar group of students as another teacher. You can invite them. You can also turn off student paced mode here, so you can make it teacher paced. And when you're done, you can go ahead and click on end this session. You can name it and then go ahead, save and end session. So when this pops up, you can share with your students through a link to give them the feedback. You can generate a doc takeaway. You can directly share it to your classroom, and you as a teacher can open this reflect and review. In this mode, then you can toggle between all of your students. Again, I didn't have any students in this session, so you can, and it will display their work. You can then go ahead and copy that link for them if you wanted to send just to certain students instead of to the entire class. You can also toggle to your students in the top right-hand corner. You can return to your previous sessions in the top left corner here. So this brings you back to the launch pad. And from the launch pad, again, we can go to this content orchard where we started, but you can also check out your session history. So you can see my recent sessions are here. So my recent sessions, if it's been ended, it will say closed. If it's still active, then it's going to say live session. You can use these little drop down arrows to reopen. You can open your dashboard, open the projector. You can open that reflect and review. You can see how many many moments of engagement. So let's just take a look at another one that I have done with students. So in this case, I had a co-teacher invited to this one. I had 39 students. I had 114 moments of engagement. There was a 46% response rate. So you can see that my session was open for about 2 hours. It just gives you a little bit of data or insight into your sessions. If we head back here to the content orchard, again, we can look at all Pear Decks. We can filter by subject, by grade. What I really like to showcase today is those quick checks for math and for language arts, because they are intended to be excellent bell ringer or exit ticket kinds of activity. They should really take less than 5 minutes to complete. Because it is a Google slide, it's completely editable. You can change it however you'd like. And again, once you've selected the subject for these quick checks, you have the filter option. So you can filter by, again, grade once you've selected that. So we're going to choose a middle school range and we'll hit apply filters. And you can see here for language arts, there are several different ideas that you can quickly launch, and it will connect to your 5 in, 5 out, or you can completely adapt it or edit it so that it does. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that you had an opportunity to see how you can use quick checks really quickly to use in your classroom. There's other topics here that may apply for your classroom or your subject area, as well as just some blank templates that can get you started if you're not sure where to begin. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.